Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to this week's look at the standings. We're going to start with the Eastern Conference because really there's nothing to talk about. Again, 1 through 8, there's been absolutely no change since last week. It's only the bottom feeders that keep exchanging positions. Carolina's out of it. New York Islanders, Washington, Philadelphia, Buffalo, Tampa, and Florida. The trade deadline is coming up in a couple of days, so let's see what happens when that comes up. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of movement. Pittsburgh's pretty well stolen all the players that were available of any value because teams aren't going to jump to trade that easily. A lot of teams, and you'll see what I'm talking about when we go to the Western Conference, they're not that far off. So the big news is obviously Crosby and how that's going to affect Pittsburgh. They've won 15 in a row now. So let's see if their new players can adapt rather quickly to the change and the new team, because he's going to be out. He's out indefinitely. I knew a guy that broke his jaw one time, and he lost so much weight and got so weak because he just could not eat normally because they wired his jaw shut, and you can only gain so many calories. Now, there's much better drinks available these days than there were back in the day when, well, this happened in the 70s. So there's been a lot of change since then, so maybe he'll be able to keep some weight on. At least he'll be able to work out. And now for the Western Conference, this one has seen some movement. Chicago, Anaheim, obviously not. Although, if you look at their records now, their last 10 games, Chicago is 5-5-0, and Anaheim is 4-4-2. So they're not on the same incredible streak that they were. They're winning and losing games on a regular basis. I guess once the race was over, they settled down and started losing games again. Not to say that they're not competitive, but the end of the season is coming, and why should they kill themselves now? They have to. They're pretty well assured their position. The Minnesota Wild and Vancouver Canucks, they just keep switching back and forth. So 3-4, 4-3 doesn't really matter. Los Angeles Kings, they moved up a spot. San Jose Sharks, which a lot of people, including myself, had written off, are now in 6th place on a 4-win. They've just won 4 games and have a 6-4-0 record, so they're doing quite well. Detroit Red Wings, they lost 2 positions, but they're still playing over 500 hockey. And Columbus, whom I have said was they're going to make a move here. They have a 5-2-3 record. They won 2 in a row. They jumped 3 positions and are now officially in the playoffs. Out of the playoffs is the St. Louis Blues and the Dallas Stars. They dropped 9th, 10th. The rest of them, they just switched positions back and forth, with Colorado and Calgary at the bottom having done nothing. Edmonton Oilers, though, they did go up 2 spots on 3 wins. But the St. Louis Blues, they lost 3 in a row and dropped 1, and like I said, or dropped 2 and are out of the playoffs. Oh, I made a mistake there. Oh well, can't fix it now. That's it for this week. Until next week.